Hi everybody, it's me, Legardo Laxon, also known as Chino and Artie. I'm in a room where, this room is actually in my house. It's just that this is not my bedroom. It's just a room where I had my storage of toys, and I actually unboxed most of it, and then I'm sorting it on the floor. Yeah, you can see I got Robocop, Terminator, Transformers, Assassin's Creed, The Fast and the Furious, Iron Man, Green Lantern, some Star Wars toys, The Avengers, even Independence Day and Jackie Chan. The reason why I was unboxing and looking through my pile of toys, RAGEON is a YouTube subscriber who was asking me about, hey, where did you get that Robocop gun? And I really want to look for it. I don't want to just make a video without me holding it. So here's the gun. This is the Robocop Auto 9 Beretta. And if anybody says, oh, they own a gun, and they say, yeah, I have a German Beretta, they are dumb. You know, no, the Germans are the one using the gun, but it's made by, the Beretta is from Italy. So here's the gun, and I'm going to tell you how it's supposed to be. When I bought the gun, it's an airsoft pistol, but it's not a real official airsoft because this is a Chinese replica. And the Chinese replica, I just ended up buying it because it was only 10 bucks in Chinatown, and they have so many fake airsoft guns that are easily breakable. And I saw this gun, and this guy was telling me, well, the guy's Chinese, so I had to speak to him in Cantonese because I don't know how to speak Mandarin. So he was telling me, oh, this is the gun from the movie City Hunter. And I said, no, that's from Robocop, and he doesn't know Robocop. So I was like, you know, if you ever watched that movie City Hunter that stars Jackie Chan and Richard Norton, who is a great martial artist, I'll tell you that. I love his movies, like Rage of Honor, even No Retreat, No Surrender. He always does movies with Cynthia Rothrock. He was actually holding the exact same gun in that movie. He has a real Robocop gun in the movie. I'm like, what are you doing with the Robocop gun? I watched City Hunter a long time ago. It was a Hong Kong funny movie starring Jackie Chan and Richard Norton, who's an Australian karate master who was holding the same gun. But this is an exact replica of Robocop's gun. You can actually cock it, and I mean, lay the camera down right here. As you can see, you can actually, and then shoot pellets. The real Beretta, the real airsoft version is actually, when they say airsoft, it's actually gas powered. They put the gas in it, and then you shoot pellets. This is just a spring load, so it only shoots one bullet at a time. Cock it again, and yes, you can tell it's a Beretta. All right, this is what they did to it. When they modified it, you take that out. And then this is stuck on there. Now now that's a Beretta, a police issued Beretta. You get it now? So they added this just for a little more weight to it, and then now it's a Beretta. Ba ba. And it's supposed to shoot 3 bullets, just like a Glock. And then you put your bullets right there. It's an airsoft, and since it's a replica Robocop, when you buy this gun, I remember I bought it in Chinatown for 10 bucks. You get actually 2 magazine reloading. You have one right here to you to load your gun. Then the other one, you put it over here. Yeah, this is the concept. And when they have it on the wall, this is how he had it on the wall originally. And I was like, hey, that thing looks like the Robocop gun, because the Robocop gun, if you look at the angle of it, it looks like a PlayStation 2. And of course, this is ahead of its time because the Robocop movie came out in 1987. So, as you can see, I was just making a point of where I got it. And I don't have the box. I just always post it on my wall, and everybody say, you actually have the Robocop gun? And yes, I do. And let me grab this again. And as you can see, it's a really cool gun. It looks authentic. I mean, when Edward Neumeier and start writing it, even Rob Bottin, from the documentaries that I watched, and when Ed Neumeier actually, who's actually the man who wrote Robocop, he explained about why the muzzle right here is like that, is because when they shoot the real gun, that's where it's gonna flash, and so it has a muzzle flare on the front as well as the 3 grill on each side, so that's throwing 6 vents for the grill. And you see the design of it is kind of like a PlayStation to me, but The reason why Robocop originally was going to use a Desert Eagle, but when Robocop was holding it, it made it look like a pop gun. So when they decided to modify a gun with a smaller, area right here, but this part is a big gun, and that's why it became Robocop's Auto 9 Beretta, his proprietary weapon on his sidearm on his right leg. Yes. And yeah, Ray John, here's the questions and here are the answers. That's where I got it, and that's what my take about it. I mean, that's how I ended up buying this gun. It was in Chinatown. It's a cheap Chinese made and well made too, but easy to break, but well made for its replica. And I even have the old Starlog magazine right here. As you can see, Robocop in his, suit with his Auto 9 Beretta. And this is an old magazine. It's really in mint condition. I mean, very, very mint. When I bought it, I took care of it. I was a kid, and this was in 1993 or 92. It's been a while. There we go. And then, oh, excuse me, I'm burping right now. I drank too much Pepsi. And as you can see, you know what's crazy about it? I like the steel shots that they have. I still have the lobby cards, and I'll tell you a story. All right, of what happened. A true story. But as you can see right here too, it didn't show this part in the movie at all. I was surprised that Robocop actually visited his grave, and the only way you can find a screenplay of it is through the comic books or the graphic novel or the regular book. But this, I believe it was shot, but it was never. I mean, I'm going to be buying that Shout Factory edition of Robocop 2, so I hope they have a remastered version of this scene. I mean, looking at Alex Murphy's grave looks too fake. His tomb is really bad. But yeah. Well, here's the true story. I mean, when, I believe it was in 1991, I just came to America, and it was very, very, I remember it was 90. I don't know it's been a long time. I mean, I think it was 1990. Yeah, when I came to America, it was 1990. And I remember my dad had access, because my dad's a bodybuilder, and he has friends with like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He made, friends with, actors and stuff. And then we were because I live in California, and they were actually shooting Robocop in California, Robocop 2 in California. And we were passing by. I remember my dad had a rental car, all right, my sister, and then we got stuck in traffic because they were in the Toy District area. It's a very slum area in Los Angeles. In this area, it's right next to the Toy District. A Toy District is where they sell toys in lots, and a lot of vendors go over there to go buy the Chinese knockoffs and stuff. But I remember my dad paused over there. Hey, look, they're filming a movie, and I didn't know it was actually Robocop, that time, because I was not really acquainted to it yet. And I was like, hey, there's a guy in a suit in a motorcycle, and this is in Los Angeles. I don't know if you noticed, if you watch that motorcycle sequence, Robocop was actually, it's not in Detroit. He was not in Dallas. Supposedly, it was actually in Los Angeles, and he was in the motorcycle, the Harley, and he's gonna go get. He was chasing the big van, the armored truck. So I'll tell you how Robocop looked right there when the stuntman is wearing that suit, because I believe it's a stuntman. I don't think Peter Weller would be willing to ride a motorcycle with that suit. I noticed Robocop's helmet. The visor was so big, all right? And he was doing a test round, and he was going back and forth. You're going to see the stuntman wearing, what do you call, white rubber shoes. And he didn't have the helmet yet. And when he put the helmet on, I remember how wide his visor was. It was so wide. And I was really shocked. I was like, hey, and then 2 years later, and this was in 1990. And then I remember later on when the movie came out, that my very first Robocop movie I ever witnessed was Robocop 2. So, and then I heard there was a part 1, and that's when it became a classic to me. And then I start collecting all the Robocop toys I can get. I worked on the Robocop Central website back in the days. It was Robocop Central, I believe, was the second or the third website of Robocop ever made. And we had the best connects, I had to work with James Grandy as I was his file maker. But yeah, true story. I mean, they were you'll see that guy in the motorcycle dressed up as Robocop. and this was in 1990, and they were filming the movie, and he was chasing down the armored truck, and you're gonna see Robocop's helmet with a big wide visor. I think it'll be present in the movie. I mean, I haven't seen the Robocop 2 because I don't really pay attention to part 2. I'm gonna actually watch that just to remember. Yeah, the helmet had a very wide visor, and then the stuntman took out the helmet, and in order for him to ride the motorcycle, he was on his sneakers. You're gonna see like the bottom part of his leg down here. His what do you call it? His rubber shoes were exposed when he was doing the test run, and it took them about like 2 hours of the test run till he finally was fully dressed up with the visor, almost almost okay. It's actually more like 2.5 inches taller, wide. So yeah, but I thank you guys for watching, and I thank you so much. Another year, it's 2018. I would like to wish you guys Happy New Year. Shout outs to you, RAGEON, and my friends, and to my subscribers. Yeah, this is why I made this video, because I'm gonna put a link on RAGEON's channel. He is a big 80s fan on things, and I thank you guys for watching.